What's up, guys? Team Talking about here, bringing you with a brand new deck profile. This is, well, it's not really brand new. It's my updated Yosenju deck. So we're going to be jumping right into it. Don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe. First things first, we're going to talk about the Maxx. Maxx are really good at 3 here. Everyone's special summons, and it's particularly good because it stops all major plays. That's basically what it does. One Thunder King. This card helps you establish war where there otherwise wouldn't be none. It also shuts down your opponent's searching abilities, so it stops Necros, Cliff Forts, and such. It also prevents that one summon, which Pendulum Summoning is generic. I'm not sure if it stops the one card or it stops all 5, because some judges rule it differently. It's really stupid. They should just come to a consensus and figure that out. But that's another rant for another day. Kama 1. Kama 1's really good because it bounces. It also comes out your other pieces, which are really good. 3 Kama 2. Kama 2 is exceptionally amazing because it helps you push for damage, and it also helps you search out other cards. Kama 3 is really good because it helps you search out basically anything in your deck. And that's what you want, right? You want everything to be searched. There are some contemporary plays that you want to make with this card, such as you might want to search for Tsujik, and you also might want to search for alternatives, like, Kama 1 to be an answer or something like that. It's really good. 2 Tsujik. The reason why Tsujik is not being played currently at 3 is because, 1, I find Tsujik to be really cloggy in the deck. The reason why I say that is because he doesn't come out other Toyo Sunges like the other ones do. So therefore, he's basically the card that you want to normal summon last. Another thing is that it's a Jurghetto and an Honest. That's why I say that it's really good at 2. Dark Hole. Dark Hole is really good because you have no board, other than Rai-Oh and maybe an Xyz monster. But other than that, you generally don't have a board. Dark Hole is basically your 1/2 stop for most cards. Dimensional Fissure. Dimensional Fissure helps you against those pendulum decks, which tend to be a really big issue, except maybe Ignites. But against like Cliff Forts and that's basically it. It's really dumb. So yeah, it's also really good against Infernoids. 3 Tenki. Tenki is really good because it searches out everything in your deck, so that's why I run it. 3 Duality, because you don't special summon, so that hindrance is not even a problem to you, and you basically get a search card. 1 Raigeki, 1 Bottomless, 2 Light-Imprisoning Mirror. This is where my deck kind of gets a little crazy. Why am I running Light-Imprisoning and Shadow-Imprisoning at 2? Well, it stops the meta, for the most part. It stops 3 decks in the meta, and that's really good. Burning Abyss and Tellarknights are a really bad matchup for this deck, and Light-Imprisonings and Shadow-Imprisonings kind of cope with that. It might seem a little off, and it might seem a little weird, but it makes sense. Because generally, you're going to want to stop their plays before they even make them. And that's why you're running you're running a stun deck. This is a stun variant. This is a very stun deck. Stun heavy deck. Well, at least you can run it 2 ways. You can run it very aggressively or very stunny. And this is very stun. Macrocosmos, it basically eliminates the graveyard. It's good against all decks, generally. Except for, Ritual Beasts that benefit off banishing. We have 2 mistakes, because even though you search a lot, you generally activate this card during your opponent's turn, and you activate it during a turn, or you activate it during a turn where you don't plan on searching at all. Sure, it starts down in combo 3, but it really doesn't matter because you should win from that point on, because your opponent can't also search. So, Shadow-Imprisoning Mirror. Same reason for Light-Imprisoning Mirror. 3 decks run it, and they happen to be the best deck. Or three decks happen to be light and dark, and they happen to be the best decks currently. Soul Drain. Again, it stops graveyard. So basically, it says no to Shadows. It says no to Burning Abyss. It kind of says no to Necros, and it kind of says no to Cosmos. Because they can still get Farm Girl and Good Witch off. But that's beside the point. That's all. Oh yeah, 4 decks. 4 decks. I'm sorry. 4 decks. Cosmos is a big deal. I almost forgot about that. I'm sorry. But yeah, generally Soul Drain's really good. 2 Storming, I think this card's better than Mirror Force because you generally don't want your opponent to put things in the graveyard. Even against Qliphort. Against Qliphort, Mirror Force just does not do enough. Storming Mirror Force does do a little bit more than Mirror Force, though it's not much, but that's more of a reason to run Storming Mirror Force than Mirror Force. Because I would rather have my opponent have that stuff in the hand, in clog of their hand, than have it in their extra deck where they can just be, oh, I'm just going to special summon. Torrential, same reason applies to Dark Hole. You don't have a board, so it doesn't matter. 2 trap stuns. This is basically saying, well, if you need a search, turn off all traps, mistake included, and your back row and your opponent's back row included. This is really more or less just a key out to Tellarknights and Burning Abyss, and I guess Qliphorts because they do run some traps. But on the general average, it's an out to stop your opponent from doing anything while you're going off. So, Vanity's Emptiness. No need to explain that. Next, I'm not going to talk about the side deck because side deck is what you make of it. So, but I will say that Lose a Turn is strictly better in the side deck, in my opinion, because I think that since Qliphorts will get a huge benefit off this card, there's no reason to main deck it. So, side decking it is better, in my opinion. We're going to move on to the extra deck. 1, Ptelemaeus, because this opens up to your Pleiades play, and it opens up to your Concealed Diamond play. Delteros, because it helps you, because it's a really good card. It's a really good generic rank 4. That helps you establish board, and helps you get a big boss monster. So, Diamond is good against Burning Abyss and Qliphort, or not Qliphort, Shadows. It also stops your opponent from searching, so that's also there. Actually, no, it stops the. Well, yeah, it stops graveyard effects. Actually, yeah. Oh no, it just says anything that's returned to the hand is banished instead. Wait, is it both players? Huh. That's interesting. Rhapsody is really good. Diamond Crab King. Diamond Crab King is an out to towers, and that is a problem, to be honest. Ragnazero. 101, because it's self-explanatory. Chidori is really good, because all your monsters are wind, so. Cowboy. Ouroboros. Ouroboros is really good. Exciton Knight. Pleiades. Castel. Cairngorgon, and Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller is really good. So, yeah, that's the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. And Team Sagamorph signing out.